Most people think of exercise as something you do to stay in shape, something visible, measurable, external. But the most important changes caused by movement are often the ones you never see. They happen quietly, inside your body, inside your brain, reshaping how you function, how you respond to stress, and how you age over time. Exercise is not just about performance. It's about adaptation. Today, we're not talking about workout routines, fitness challenges, or dramatic transformations. Instead, we're looking at what science tells us about how regular physical activity changes the body and the brain gradually, and why these changes matter far beyond the gym. By the end of this video, you'll understand why even simple, consistent movement can influence your long-term physical health, mental clarity, and emotional resilience. When you exercise, your body doesn't simply burn energy. It learns. Your cardiovascular system adapts first. The heart becomes stronger, pumping more blood with each beat. Blood vessels become more elastic, allowing blood to flow more easily. Over time, this reduces strain on the heart and lowers the risk of chronic cardiovascular conditions. Your muscles also change. They become better at using oxygen and fuel. Mitochondria, the energy-producing structures inside your cells, increase in number and efficiency. This means daily activities require less effort. Climbing stairs feels easier. Recovery becomes faster. Fatigue becomes less overwhelming. These changes don't happen after one workout. They emerge slowly through repetition, through the body receiving the same signal again and again. Adapt to this demand. Beyond strength and endurance, exercise plays a critical role in metabolic balance. Regular physical activity improves insulin sensitivity, allowing the body to regulate blood sugar more effectively. It also helps manage chronic low-grade inflammation, a factor linked to many modern diseases. This is why exercise is associated with a reduced risk of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and metabolic disorders. Not because it's a cure, but because it supports systems that keep the body stable over time. So what does this mean in real life? It means exercise helps your body respond better to stressors, whether that stress is physical, emotional, or metabolic. While the physical changes are important, the effects on the brain may be even more profound. When you move, blood flow to the brain increases. This improves oxygen delivery and nutrient supply, supporting cognitive function. Exercise also stimulates the release of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which influence mood, motivation, and emotional regulation. This is one reason people often report feeling calmer or mentally clearer after physical activity. But there's a deeper process happening beneath the surface. Exercise increases levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, a protein that supports the growth and maintenance of neural connections. BDNF plays a key role in learning, memory, and brain plasticity. In simple terms, it helps the brain stay adaptable. This adaptability becomes increasingly important as we age. Over time, regular physical activity is associated with improved stress tolerance. Exercise exposes the body and brain to controlled stress. Heart rate increases. Breathing changes. Muscles fatigue. And then the system recovers. This cycle teaches the nervous system an important lesson. Stress can be managed and resolved. As a result, people who exercise regularly often experience lower baseline anxiety and improved emotional regulation. This doesn't mean exercise eliminates stress, but it helps the brain respond more effectively when stress appears. One of the most significant benefits of exercise is its long-term impact on brain health. Research consistently shows that physically active individuals tend to maintain brain volume longer, particularly in areas associated with memory, decision-making, and executive function. Regular movement is also linked to a reduced risk of cognitive decline later in life. These benefits don't depend on extreme athletic performance. They depend on consistency. The brain doesn't respond to intensity alone. It responds to patterns. A helpful way to think about exercise is to see it as communication rather than correction. You're not exercising to fix your body. You're sending it information. Each movement tells the body, "This is what I need you to be able to do." The body responds by adapting. becoming stronger, more efficient, and more resilient. This is why sustainable routines matter more than aggressive plans. Consistency sends a clearer message than intensity. So how can this understanding shape daily behavior? First, movement doesn't need to be extreme to be effective. Walking regularly, light resistance training, or low-impact cardio all contribute to long-term health. Second, frequency matters more than duration. Short, consistent sessions create stronger adaptations than occasional long workouts. Third, variety supports both physical and mental engagement. Different forms of movement stimulate different systems. And finally, exercise works best when it's integrated into daily life, not treated as a temporary obligation. Exercise rarely transforms us in dramatic ways we can measure immediately. Instead, it works quietly, shaping how our body functions and how our brain responds to life over time. Balanced health isn't built through extremes. It's built through understanding, patience, and small, repeated choices. When movement becomes a habit rather than a challenge, the benefits extend far beyond fitness. They become part of how you live, think, and age. Steadily, intentionally, and sustainably.